Friday morning with New Kids on the Block. So the reissue of Hangin' Tough, it's the 30th anniversary of the first album, right?
Yeah.
And you guys, just who wants to take just quick backstory on New Kids on the Block and how well you knew each other or didn't when you started?
Well, I don't mind jumping in, but we, it's a great misconception about the New Kids because boy bands are all supposed to be manufactured and there are thousands of people auditioned, and we were the exact opposite. It was much more like New Edition. They all knew each other, and John, Jordan, Danny, and I went to school together since kindergarten. We were bused to public schools together. We knew who everyone was. Jordan, I used to see him singing in the school chorus. He'd be right center in the top row, and everyone would say, "He's a soprano. He's a soprano." I didn't even know what that meant, but Danny and I were best friends since really first grade. I mean, we were inseparable. And so when I met Maurice Starr, I was with my brother Mark and another kid, and me and Mark became the two founding members, and Mark had no interest in it. He couldn't sing. There's a scene in Boogie Nights when he sings as Dirk Diggler.
Yeah.
That's better than Mark sings in real life. I mean, it was
Which
really
is
bad.
a statement.
Yeah. So I just kept trying to convince Maurice or these guys to come meet Maurice Starr, and they eventually did. And there was another member named Jamie who dropped out, and we instantly went on the hunt for like a little kid. Now, back in Boston in 1984, when the group got together, there were a lot of kids doing this. It wasn't like
what age was everyone?
Oh my God, 14. I was 14 when I met Maurice Starr.
Okay.
But there weren't 1,000 kids listening to R&B that were white kids.
Right.
It was R&B music was very segregated back then. It was a whole different story, and we were breakdancing and listening to rap music. I mean, we were all about it. I mean, we grew up in a very diverse way because we were bused to Boston public schools. At a time when parents were rioting and protesting. We were on the buses together with all different races of kids having a ball and making friends.
In the same class, yeah.
But anyway, Joey came later, and he really was the magic potion on top. We'd always talked about getting like a Michael Jackson or a Donny Osmond, and of course, you're never going to find that. And we found it.
With this new song, you guys, I mean, it's a great song. You can hear it once and you can sing along to it.
I'm very passionate about it. We're all passionate about it. But when I heard this song, I was very passionate. I love the song. And talked to Donnie. He wrote it with KG and Lars, who is a big, tall Finlandian producer. Lars, yeah. And I mean, it was just I think it's very hard to make a pop song that's simple but just works. And he did it, and the rap was like it's like a history lesson. And I think that's where the video came from. Like this is the classroom.
Video's hysterical.
Let's teach the next generation.
Can we put the video up on our site? Is that fine?
So
let's put the video up on our site. You got to see the video.
And we always have fun, like Jordan was saying. We always have fun, but sometimes, let's pick the cool single and let's make the cool video, and it'll we'll all look sexy. And like this time, we just had fun, and I think we banged it out, and we enjoyed it. We were laughing at it, so we knew people would like it.
Let me play a little clip of it.
You can hear them going crazy in stadiums in every nation.
And it is stuck in your head when you hear it. Now, you shout out all the other boy bands. Tell me about
Boyz II Men to the end of, let's go back to the beginning, pay respect, New Edition, then came BBD, BSB, B2K, 1D, 98 Degrees, come and talk to me, Jodeci, from B Brown to Beantown to H-Town to O-Town, came B-Sound, Barry, Gordy, found all the way back in Motown.
Ooh,
I love it.
Had to catch my breath. Peace, LFO, Menudo, JLS, BTS, Westlife Jackson 5, Sing, take that. I want you back.
Well, tell me about putting those lyrics into the song.
You know what happened? The KG of Naughty by Nature, who produced Hip Hop Array and OPP, we talked about working together for a long time. His studio is about a half mile from me and Jenny's condo in New Jersey. So I said, yeah, I'll come over. And he played some tracks, and I heard this song, and he said he couldn't believe I stopped at this track. He was like, oh, that's like a little Uzi track. That's not for new kids. And I said, I know, but I hear some pop in it. So the first thing I came up with is the girl part. We like the boys in the band. And but I didn't know what the lyric was. It's just like, we like the boys. And I didn't know what I was gonna say, but eventually I just went in the booth and just kind of said boys in the band. And that was it. I just knew, like, we get along with other boy bands. We're proud to be a boy band. We have a great rapport with so many of them. We've toured with boy bands. And it just kind of seemed like, yes, it's time. Let's celebrate boy bands, and let's just honor them all and the history of it, and then sort of going down the history of it led to the video being a teaching of the
great.
history of boy bands.
They come in as ancient, elderly. By the way, sis, I was saying to you earlier, I missed the opportunity to introduce them in the class in the video because I had to shoot an Idol audition.
I know you said that to me, and I wanted to confirm it with you guys. Is that true?
Right. Well, we didn't know who was going to do it. The first person I asked to be in the video was Lance Bass, and he said, absolutely. And I thought he worked in New York because he's on Sirius Radio. He lives in L.A. So he was like, just buy me a plane ticket. I'll be there. I was like, oh my
no
God.
budget for the video.
And then and Belle Biv DeVoe came on board. But we had all these different roles that we were trying to fill. And Jenny was going to be in it. And Kelly and Jenny were going to they were going to dance with Debbie Gibson in the hallway. That was the original idea. But when they fell out, then it became the cheerleaders. And so I didn't know what part you were going to do, but obviously you had to tape Idols, so you couldn't do it. But
so I was out of New York. I was out of the city when they were doing it.
But he was definitely. We talked about it, and Ryan has always been so gracious to us, to me, to my wife. I mean, he's a great guy, and I knew. When he said it hurts that I can't do it, I knew he meant it. And then I knew when he saw the video, it was really
going to be bummed.
Yeah. He was like genuinely bummed.
So bummed. Tanya, what's going through your fan mind right now?
I love boy bands. You can't find. So when that song came out, I was like, this is awesome. You're paying tribute to just this amazing concept. And I think it's really cool because I think there's something special about being in a band. It's very selfless. You have to collaborate and you have to do things. You all have to agree and communicate. And so I have so much credit and love for boy bands.
Love that.
And I wore my shirt today because of you guys.
Awesome.
I remember growing up, my parents would get a babysitter and they go to Chastain Park in Atlanta and they go see the Temptations and the Four Tops and all of these legendary Motown bands. You guys are going to do this forever. If you want, you can be that,
Yeah.
It's true.
Hopefully, knock
you
on
really
wood.
Can.
Life is short and you never know what's going to happen, but we love what we do.
And you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
New kids on the block. Joey, Jonathan, Jordan, Danny, Donnie, thank you guys so much for
Thanks,
coming in.
Ryan.
Continued success.
Great to see you guys.